And we are set and ready to go. Semifinal number 2 in the women's bracket. Riverside and West Valley. West Valley, the 1 seed from the north. Riverside, the 2 seed from the south. West Valley coming in with a record overall 24-6. Riverside 27-6. West Valley in goal. Raquel DePino. All-American Alexis Golden, Naja Novakovic, Giovanna Valente Cardenudo, they call her Gigi, and so will we. Sierra Ceballos, Miriam Katoon, and Maria Higginbotham. Head coach Erica Vargas for Riverside, Madison Button, Maria Roldan, Nicole Torme, Doug Finfrock, head coach for Riverside. Riverside in the Whitecaps, West Valley in the blue, and DePino on top of it right away, getting in front of that one. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff with you on today's coverage. Final game of the day for today, for tomorrow. Bring back that starting lineup graphic here for you. There you go. As it's Katie Bloom, Hannah Piercy, Kadi Guerrero, Dory Phillips, and as we said, head coach Doug Finfrock. West Valley with possession. On the doorsteps, it's Gigi Giovanna Valente Cardenudo. Brings it near side. We will have, is this going to be an exclusion or 5 meter? No. Just a ordinary foul. Holding near side, this is Novakovic. Number 8, and Ceballos at the point. Cardenudo holding against Nicole Torme. And that one goes cross cage from Giovanna Valente Cardenudo. What a beauty.
That's a lot of space to cover with a shot going all the way across, but she's able to just slip it in.
So West Valley on top first, 1-0.
You wonder at some level if Button just didn't think that she would take the shot from there. And gets beat all the way across the cage.
Riverside trying to respond. Terrific defense in the middle. West Valley with a steal. And Botham, will take it back to Raquel. Raquel DePino, All-American from West Valley, leading the team in assists on the season. She likes to get the break going in a big way.
And you see West Valley there defensively coming out with a triple team on the whole set. So it needs to, at least initially, they're going to make Riverside beat them from outside.
Much harder to get it past DePino from outside, that's for sure. Shot clock winding down, lob shot not there, and that is a nice job by Madison Button in goal for Riverside.
Well, she's not going to get beat cross cage again.
No.
Not on back-to-back.
Well diagnosed, his team led in goals on the season by Maria Roldan. Roldan, keep an eye on number 7 for RCC.
See Nicole Torme trying hard to keep that play alive.
Torme, absolute blur in the pool. Second in the state in steals with 108. She had a 10-steal game versus Cyprus earlier this season. Some gaudy numbers in that department. Not that bad scoring goals herself. 51 on the year. Good for second on the team behind Roldan. Now the turnover, it's going back to the Tigers. Coming up on the 5-minute mark in the opening quarter of semifinal number 2 in the women's bracket, 2019 CCCAA water polo. Roldan comes free. She tries to go cross cage. She's off the mark. Ball is tracked down by Torme. Talked about the speed. She's the first to it. That'll happen a lot. Up against 2 defenders who had a step on her. That one put in goal by Dory Phillips. And Phillips showing off the gun.
Yeah, they're collapsing right now on Roldan, on Torme. And that time Phillips able to find a lane. And West Valley. It was surprising on the previous transition that West Valley left Roldan so open, perhaps a blown defensive assignment that saw Roldan have a very good look from the wing. But the Tigers able to recover after the missed opportunity and get the goal to tie it up.
So let's see if West Valley, the 1 seed from the north, can respond here. It's an all-South final in the men's bracket. Might we see an all-South final in the women's? Cardenudo to Novakovic, who puts it into the corner. Plenty of time on the shot clock with the exclusion. West Valley looking to dial up an opening. One-timer off of the post. And this will go back to RCC as Ceballos was off the mark. This one quickly ahead. This is Maria Roldan. One-on-one with the keeper, Raquel DePino. Here comes a defense from the backside. Are we going to see a 5-meter? We will.
Yeah, Higginbotham takes the foul, trying to catch up to Roldan, but it happens in the 5-meter zone. So this will be a chance for Roldan to give the Tigers the lead.
Roldan outwits DePino on the 5-meter, and RCC takes their first lead. So goals from Roldan and Dory Phillips has the Tigers out ahead 2-1. And we'll get the score updated for you here shortly. RCC is on top as of right now. There we go. Emery Johnson, Matthew Henson on today's broadcast at the table in the broadcast cockpit. Meanwhile, it's a breakaway for Riverside. DePino has a defense conversion, another 5-meter. What's the call here? Is there going to be an exclusion or just a foul? No, there will be an exclusion. Isabel Ritter had come free. Ritter with it right now, holding near side. Tormey on the far side, back to Ritter. Trying to find an opening. That pass nearly stolen by Higginbotham. Instead, Tormey has it on the far side, trying to go cross cage. That one over the cage and out of play. And back to West Valley it'll go.
Yeah.
Now we'll have an exclusion. I think this is going to go against Jasenia Wilson.
You saw Higginbotham there again, sagging back on the hole set and leaving the outside shot.
Novakovic holding, buying some time. Cardenudo finds Higginbotham. The focal point defensively for RCC is Novakovic. The question is for West Valley, who's going to step up? A quick foul, Higginbotham holding. Over to Novakovic. And the book on Novakovic is watch her get out of the pool. She fires that one near side, and Madison Button says not on this one.
Yeah, Tormey with a good job sagging back in that shooting lane, had her hands up. That closes the window a little bit as well.
Ritter brings it forward. That one put in from the top, and it's Savannah Seipert, attacking freshman for the Tigers. Makes it a 2-goal advantage for Riverside.
Yes, Seipert and Phillips both stepping up from outside and delivering goals in the early going, and the Tigers grab the early advantage.
So West Valley, a bit of a rut here. Offensively, the Tigers asserting themselves physically. We talked about the physicality out of the South and that playing a big factor in the success of South teams versus the North. West Valley has to find a way to combat that, and the role players outside of Novakovic have to really step up and make something happen offensively. We're going to have another exclusion here.
Yeah, Tiger player being sent off.
Yeah, Savannah Seipert just scored the goal, will come off, so man advantage for West Valley. Heather Gray kicks it near side to Ceballos. To the top, and Mariam Katoon. Katoon holding. Miscommunication between her and Heather Gray, and it's a turnover for West Valley. And the man advantage thwarted by Riverside as they now have possession. Down the pool it goes to Maria Roldan. Well, it's West Valley striking first blood, but now it's 3 unanswered from the Tigers. Looking for more on this possession. Michelle Hiller. And Hiller puts that one off the post. Nice job by DePino cutting down the angle. Gives ahead to Novakovic. Novakovic to Cardenudo. Cardenudo has the only goal today here for West Valley so far. We'll have an exclusion as Hiller will come off. Katoon to Novakovic. She has a lane. She'll rise up. She'll go for the lob shot, and that one tapped over the crossbar nicely by Madison Button. She's been terrific thus far in goal for the Tigers.
Yeah, Button just gets enough of that one to send it over the crossbar.
Gray out front finds Cardenudo. Cardenudo trying to go cross cage again. That one again saved by Button.
That's a great read by Button as she anticipates the lob.
At what point, if you're Valente Cardenudo, do you think about going with the skip shot underneath the outstretched hands of Madison Button?
Yeah, is it possible that Madison Button has picked up a towel? She did a great job anticipating and made the right call there.
Case of Oreos in the pool for Cardenudo. What an obscure reference.
Not too obscure for me though, buddy.
I know you're following. Meanwhile, RCC takes possession. Seipert with a goal already today. Gives off to Ritter. Ritter inside, terrific positioning. That pass, or the shot thwarted rather, by DePino from Nicole Torme.
I think you got to be pretty happy with that set. If you're a Tiger fan, though, that was a good look from the whole set and a good turnaround, and DePino was just a little bit better.
End of the first quarter, 3-1. West Valley trailing by 2, the top seed from the north, looking to respond. When we come back, SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage, 3C2A Water Polo continues from Golden West. on? Check. Yeah. Check. You have a level?
I'm not really getting you, though.
Nothing here. Check. Check one. Check one.
No, that's.
I have nothing. I have nothing.
Well, I'm getting audio in there. It's just really quiet.
Let me check the stream.
It also, I'm like super loud in my ear.
Everyone, we are having some technical difficulties with audio. Back to battle. Second period, 3-1. Riverside on top of West Valley. Riverside in the Whitecaps. West Valley in the blue. On defense, and it's a steal for Cardenuto. They call her Gigi. And Gigi will move up the pool for the Vikings. Cardenuto. Or check that, excuse me, that's Novakovic. Kicks it over to Cardenuto. Foul, no exclusion. Emily Fields now holding on the far side. Circling up to the point, gives over to Gigi, and Gigi looking for the post, nearly had it. Novakovic thought about corralling the Karen, trying to put it in the goal, button all over it. Well defended. Cardenuto, fouls rolled on. It's a steal for Novakovic. Sierra Ceballos. Kicks it over, this is Gigi. Novakovic trying to rise up. Wise is out of the pool. She's fouled. 4 on the shot clock. She'll have to try to skip one in, and this one falls short in the water. They're going to have an exclusion. West Valley going to get possession back. Alexis Golden with it on the near side. Golden holding. Katoon up at the point. Kicks it over to Novakovic. Excuse me, that's Valente Cardenuto. Tigers have done a pretty good job on Novakovic this far. The carom comes off to Sierra Ceballos with a new shot clock for West Valley. West Valley pouring on the pressure, trailing by 2 over to Alexis Golden now on the far side. She's guarded by Torme. Golden looking for some room. Enters in. This is Cardenuto looking for her second goal. Not going to find it. She is stoned by Button, and Button with the save and corrals it. Again, defense shines for the Tigers. Quickly on a counter. Caitlin Bloom. Back to Dory Phillips. Roldan. Battle of number 7s working against Alexis Golden, and DePino all over it.
Got the wrong fucking headset. We're in the audio technique.
Novakovic. Gives it over to Cardenuto. Katoon. Kicks it back to the point. Cardenuto, there's a whistle on the deck, and it's going against West Valley, and we'll have what looks to be a timeout called by RCC. And we'll have a break in the action. 4:31 to go. We're in the second period. It's 3-1. Tigers on top of the Vikings.
Check.
4:31 remaining. We're in the second quarter. It's 3-1 RCC with a lead. The winner punches their ticket and will face the top seed from the south, Fullerton. Fullerton dispatching RCC in the SoCal Regionals. Riverside has that one stolen. Novakovic, despite the Vikings being a man down, she goes blindly into that ball. That's great touch and feel in the pool by Nadja. Novakovic holding on the far side. Directing traffic, she'll circle to the point. 6 on the shot clock. They're going to have to get something off. This one kicked off. And the shot off the mark from Ceballos. Well, you see the concerted effort to keep Novakovic from trying to get off there. And right now, it almost looks like everybody's watching instead of moving.
Well, you saw in the last game that Sierra, when they were having trouble getting some of their players going, they started to move some of the players around, move them out to the wing, maybe up top, see if you could get some shots that way. I don't know if West Valley really has that option with Novakovic, if she's comfortable playing at different spots, but sometimes you think about maybe something like that, trying to create a little different angle for them to work.
Meanwhile, Seipert with her second goal makes it 4-1.
And for West Valley, it's quickly getting to the point where you need to think about making some kind of an adjustment before this one really starts to slip away. They're at a tenuous spot here, down 3.
Katoon kicks back to Novakovic. The pressure well out in front. Novakovic holding, looking for an opening. She finds a streaking Emily Fields. Fields quickly converged on by Isabel Ritter.
Oh, it's a good cut by Novakovic.
Novakovic swims under, and this is going to be a foul. Will this be a 5-meter? It'll for sure be an exclusion.
It's an exclusion, and it starts with great off-the-ball movement by Novakovic.
And West Valley is going to take a timeout, talk things over. Erica Vargas, in her first year as a full-time head coach at West Valley. Congratulations to her on securing that position. 2:59 to go. We're in the second quarter. West Valley trailing by 3, but on the power play. So out of the timeout, West Valley trying to conjure something up here. Trailing at 4-1 RCC. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Storinoff with you on today's coverage. Happy you joined us, everybody. And remember, all of the games from today will archive to our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Live coverage tomorrow of the third place games and the finals. Katoon with it at the point, holding, looking for an opening, kicks it to the far side.
And they are doubling Novakovic off the ball.
Smartly so. Golden, that pass gets away from her over the head of Katoon. 15 on the shot clock. Novakovic off the double team is held down. There's a whistle. She'll rise up. She'll skip one in. Whistle in before the goal got in. So the goal will not count, as Novakovic has that one skip back into play off of the bar inside the cage.
That's a tough break for West Valley, as Novakovic does a good job of coming out more or less to the high post to get that ball, give herself a little bit of room. And you see the shot, and she's able to put it in, but the whistle before.
Quick counter for the Tigers. It's Jasenia Wilson.
And that's just too easy. Wilson with great position down low in the hole side gets the turnaround and slides it in on the near post. And see right there, the entry pass. Too easy to the 2-meter line.
Pass kick back to Raquel DePino. 5 on the board now for RCC. So you lead it by 4.
And 5 straight for the Tigers.
5
in this one,
unanswered.
as they've really taken control.
Defense has become very stifling, and West Valley, the Vikings, looking for an answer. Higginbotham, this is going to be a turnover. It's going to go back to RCC, kick it back to Button. Madison Button will start the break down the pool. She'll find Torme.
This becomes such a critical time for West Valley. It seems that they're pretty flustered right now with the difficulty getting anything going offensively, but you can't lose focus here and let yourself get down 7-8-1 in a hurry.
Agreed. Point blank, another goal, this time Cady Torres Guerrero.
And now the Tigers are starting to get good looks offensively, as West Valley's defense starting to slip a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like the energy level from the West Valley side is really taking a toll here because of the physical play from RCC. They have not responded well to it. Novakovic has not been able to get going offensively. The only goal right now, cross-cage lob shot from Cardenudo earlier in this one to get things started off. Golden with it, looking for Novakovic, and again another steal. This time Ritter will bring it up.
And those
RCC.
horizontal passes against pressure, so dangerous, and they ultimately often lead to a turnover.
Torme, quickest one in the pool, but she's converged on defensively by Novakovic.
That's a great job by West Valley getting back in transition. 3 blue caps in the area, and they get the turnover.
So DePino will hold and give off to Nadia. RCC looking to make it an all-South final for both the men and the women. Long Beach and Golden West will play tomorrow. 12:15 slated start time. Of course, those are subject to change. Katoon from the point, can't get that one to go. The rebound caroms off. The first person to it, I believe, was Golden, and Golden had it carom off of Cameron Pfeiffer. So the possession will stay with West Valley. 22 seconds to go at the end of the first half. We're in the second period. Quick foul called. Isabel Rusa, the lefty, holding at the wing. Rusa fires in, that one off the mark.
Rusa had some room to really drive toward the goal, but elected to pull up from the 5-meter line and take the shot from there.
5 seconds remaining. See if Roldan can fire one from long distance. No, the shot won't get off in time, and we'll go in at the half 6-1. RCC with a commanding 5-goal lead. You are watching 3C2A Water Polo, the championship from Golden West. second half about to get underway here. SoCalCollegeSports.com presents 3C2A water polo from Golden West. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff with you. Third quarter sprint underway. RCC and the Whitecaps wins it. And just like that, right out of the gate, opening offensive possession, a goal for the Tigers. Roldan.
Yeah, rolled on there, moving down. And again, they're a little late to pick her up. She finds herself pretty open inside the 5-meter line, able to skip the shot home. I started to say, Michael, that maybe halftime came at a bad time for the Tigers because they were really on a roll when that first half ended, but they picked up right where they left off with the early goal here.
So West Valley in disarray offensively. The pressure has been a big factor. Rolled on, pressuring, gives off to Katoon. Katoon, that shot thwarted by Button. And we'll have a foul going back the other way. We're going to have an exclusion, I believe, going to go against Cadi Torres Guerrero. I thought initially
they're not sending anybody off.
Yeah, it looked initially like they were going to have somebody sent off. Katoon, meanwhile, has it up top, kicks it back over to Golden. Golden circling up to the top. Novakovic has that one stolen.
Well, they send the hard double team.
Excuse me, not Novakovic. That was Ceballos that had it stolen away. Rolled on, one-on-one. She's going to be fouled. Another whistle, this one against Rusa. Rolled on. Gives up top. Seipert with 2 goals here today, looking for the hat trick. Gives over to Hannah Piercy. Jasenia Wilson. Back to the top. That pass intercepted. A little bit off the mark. Rusa comes away with it. Novakovic kicks back to DePino.
I think she wanted Seipert, who was driving toward the cage, but the pass off the mark.
Yeah, a little bit too much air under it. Had too much lob factor. And we're back the other way. West Valley, the Vikings, looking to close the gap. Emily Fields ahead for West Valley, and that pass stolen. Torme. Such a knack for getting in the passing lanes. I want to talk about a Jordan reference. Rolled on, looking for another one. Rises up. DePino says, not this time.
That's a big save by DePino. And that was a great lead pass for Roldan, who found herself one-on-one with DePino, but DePino wins that battle.
The connection between Roldan and Torme on the season has been lights out. And that's going to be a formula to combat. If you're Fullerton, you're looking at that. That's going to be the matchup to watch, and that's what you want to not have happen in the pool, because you look at the speed in the pool. You go back to the Fullerton game earlier today. They're really good in terms of power, but their speed, I think the advantage decidedly in favor of RCC. Torme, meanwhile, with possession of the ball. She's the fastest one in the pool by far. You look at the steal numbers on the season. That pass, again, saved by DePino. Looked like a pass, but it was actually a shot from Jasenia Wilson.
Yeah, kind of a push shot from Wilson, and it ended up being on goal. And that's a big-time save by DePino.
Big-time save by the All-American from West Valley. That shot is deflected. Is that going to get past Button? It will not. Reflex is quick enough to save that from going into the cage.
You know, Mike, I think it's interesting. They did move Novakovic from the hole set out to the post, up to the point, to try and maybe create a little room on that 2-meter line. But so far, the Tigers have been content to continue to defend that 2-meter line. And West Valley hasn't been able to get anything going offensively.
Torme rolled on. That off the crossbar. Back into the pool. We'll have a timeout called by West Valley. It's a good timeout here, Stoy. They have not scored since the opening minutes of this ball game. 7 unanswered, and they need to have something come together in a hurry. 4:19 to go in the third quarter. You are watching 3C2A Women's Water Polo. 7-1, RCC on top of West Valley. West Valley at full strength for both teams, but a timeout after a change in possession.
And again, Novakovic comes in outside.
She's at the point right now, has it, rises up, skip shot, not there, just not a lot on it from Novakovic. And that's not like her. Talking with West Valley SID, Matt Folsom, earlier in the week, she gets up out of the water and she has an absolute cannon. We have not been able to see that in play yet. I'm sure at some point it's going to show itself. But right now, RCC doing a terrific job with their physicality and really throwing her off of what she wants to do. Meanwhile, Seipert looking for her third goal, gives off to Roldan. Roldan looking for the lob shot in over to Pino. It's 8-1.
You watch the Tigers in a 3-3 offense, and that's to give Roldan a little more room to work down low along with Torres Guerrero, I believe. And it creates the spacing that allows Roldan to get that lane, and she's able to go to the lob shot and find the far post.
So West Valley trailing now 8-1, under 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Tune will come off. She will be replaced in the lineup by Isabella Rusa.
Started to say it was Jasenia Wilson, and it's Wilson and Roldan really working down low, and you bring the three players up top to give them a little more room.
Right. Novakovic, here comes the triple team. It's another steal. This time it's Jasenia Wilson, and she'll kick it back to Madison Button, and another possession coming up for RCC. As Button looks down the pool, surveying the defense, finds an opening, and here's Roldan on the near side. Novakovic comes over defensively for West Valley. Back to the point, up top to Seipert. Savannah Seipert rises up. Here comes a double team. Here's a foul. Torme kicks back. Ritter. Seipert with her third goal, no. DePino says no hat trick for you, not yet anyway.
That's a good set, though, when they run the off-the-ball double team on Wilson. And that's where the likes of Seipert need to step up and take advantage of those shots inside the 5-meter line. She gets a good shot on goal there, just doesn't get it to go.
Another turnover.
Yeah, Novakovic. The frustrating day continues as she finally had a pretty good look in the whole set, but the whistle before the shot, no goal.
This is shades of our last game, Long Beach City versus Sierra in the men's bracket. Sawyer Gardetto with an unbelievable performance in goal, and the score in that one, the ending score, not indicative of how well he played. And DePino, another save, and just getting exactly to my point, Raquel really shining in the cage despite being down 8-1. She has played very well and keeping this game within reach, although considering the offensive woes of the Vikings in this one, tough to see the 7-point gap being converged on Torme. Another steal.
Yeah, kind of a lazy pass there again, going horizontal.
And she loses it. That is terrific pursuit from Ceballos. So Torme gets a little taste of her own medicine. Novakovic working against Roldan, trying to come free, looking for an opening. She's fouled. No, we're going to have an exclusion or no, I just have a foul, and it will be a possession back to the Tigers. 1:20 to go in the third. Kicked ahead for Hiller. Hiller with some room, kicks it in front. That's a good pass in a triple team. And DePino with another save.
That's great anticipation. Guessed right, going to the near post.
DePino rises up, saves that one from going in. RCC player loses a cap. DePino, another save. And the All-American from West Valley continues to shine. Brazilian native Raquel DePino.
A great job by the Tigers. In a counter situation, they get 3 white caps back, no counter opportunity for West Valley.
And one of them is not even Torme, who tracks down this ball, and she's the fastest one in the pool. See her speed starting to break, and she's up ahead of 2 defenders for West Valley that had a beat on her. Ball finds itself near side. I believe this is Ritter.
No, I think it's Seipert, I'm going to say.
You're right. Savannah Seipert kicks inside. Jasenia Wilson finally finds a little room past DePino for the goal, 9-1.
Yeah, Wilson, before the double team can get there, ends up largely one-on-one with Rusa trying to defend her, but Wilson with great position goes to the turnaround. That's the bread and butter.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, we've seen 4 games, 8 teams today, and I don't know if any one team has been more impressive. This has been an unbelievable performance by Riverside.
It's been lights out, and you see why they came in. The number 2 seed, Santa Barbara, in many people's perspective, coming into the SoCal Regionals, they were ranked number 2 in the state. And a lot of people thought they were the best team in the women's side of it. Fullerton with the number 1 ranking coming in out of the South. After winning the SoCal Regionals, it was RCC that dispatched Santa Barbara. We've seen Santa Barbara up here many times at the 3C2A Water Polo Finals, and we don't see them this year. And RCC looking to make a name here in 2019. We head to the 4th, 9-1. The Tigers all over the Vikings. You are watching 3C2A Water Polo, the championships from Golden West. Climb for West Valley, trailing 9-1 as we go into the 4th. They have had no answer. They're scoreless now in the last 20 minutes plus of play, and probably longer than that. Mike Cepeda just starting off with you today and tomorrow, and throughout the fall championships. In a couple weeks, we'll have women's volleyball from Southwestern College and also men's and women's soccer from De Anza, as the 4th quarter sprint is underway. West Valley wins this one and has possession. There's Golden. Will bring it forward at the point. Been a terrific job defensively on Nadja Novakovic.
Yeah, they started her out on the wing on this set as they continue to try and move her around.
This is going to be an exclusion here. This is going to go, I believe this is going to go against Amelia Bennett. So Bennett's going to come off after the hold on Novakovic. Higginbotham over to Katoon. Gets it back at the top. Katoon looking for an angle. Shot over the crossbar from Katoon.
And with the Tigers packing it inside, defending the double hole set.
Yeah.
The shot comes from the wing, and that's the shot you want, but you got to execute, and that went a little bit over the crossbar, and West Valley comes up empty again.
Agreed. Bennett now at the point for RCC, rising up, looking for an angle, gives it off. This is Pfeiffer. Some miscommunication offensively. That went over the crossbar. 6:50 to go. The final game of the day. Of day one, 2019 3C2A Men's and Women's Water Polo Championships. Novakovic rises up. Here comes the double. Not a shocker. We've seen it all day here. And it's a steal for Patricia Ostrorevich.
Yeah, and Novakovic is holding that ball and looking for something to develop, and the Tigers just aren't going to give her that kind of time. No. They send the double team over and increase the pace of play, and they're going to make Novakovic give it up one way or another.
And they're going to be physical with her. DePino, another save. And well, the bright spot today has been Raquel DePino. And she wouldn't take it as such, considering that there's 9 goals on the board, but she has been terrific. Novakovic. Enters inside. This is Ceballos, and Ceballos is fouled, the whistle. Kick out to Cardenudo. Cardenudo. Bit of a spin shot. That one will hit the crossbar. Looked like that might have hit Button. Button maybe gets a piece of it, so it's going to stay here.
Yeah, you watch West Valley right now offensively, and you could hear from the pool Novakovic holding the ball on the last possession and imploring her teammates to have someone dive. And there's not enough movement off the ball, and right now that's allowing the Tigers to be very physical and defend aggressively on the perimeter.
And we'll have an overrule here as they rule that there was not a touch. It will be RCC ball. Yeah, it goes to the point we were mentioning that, you know, Novakovic, the double keeps on coming over. That's going to free somebody up. Nobody's diving right now. Everybody's watching. And unfortunately, maybe a little bit too late in the ball game. 5:36 to go and an 8-point deficit. Make it a 9-point deficit. As it's Sophie Edsall with the goal for the Tigers.
Getting good position down low at the 2-meter line and turnaround shot. And that's been a lot of the goals, especially as this game has gone on, getting back to DePino in goal, is it's been mainly been the Tigers able to work the ball down to the 2-meter line, and then you're in a situation there where if you're the goalkeeper, you really just have to guess and kind of hope you get a little lucky maybe.
Yeah, DePino guessed right, got unlucky. It goes in off the carom of her forearm. Backhander, that time from Cardenudo, looking for her second goal, Button all over it.
Yeah, one of the rare times they were able to work it down low.
Yep. It doesn't matter where Novakovic goes. She's getting double teamed. It's a steal. Novakovic will kick it back to DePino, trying to start the break. Novakovic down the pool. DePino's looking for her. Just doesn't have the angles. The double team again is there. That's terrific coverage from Phillips. And Ostersevic. Cardenudo, spin shot in for a goal.
And that's the shot that's going to be there. You run the double on the whole set, and she comes inside the 5-meter line, and the shooting lanes open up, and she finds the back of the net over on the far side.
Maybe a little bit too little too late, but that's Gigi's second goal here today.
Well, that's both of them, unfortunately, if you're West Valley.
Pass into the corner for Amelia Bennett. Gives off Giselle Figueroa. That shot in there. No, it whistled before that shot. That's going to be a kickoff from Ostersevic. So no goal. It's 10-2. Gigi enters in. Novakovic looking to swing free. Be a foul going to go against Figueroa, so an exclusion.
Yeah, they really cleared out an entire side for Novakovic that time, trying to get her a touch in position to score. And that's a good hard drive there, and really no choice but to foul. And now the Tigers will take their chance, giving up the power play to West Valley.
West Valley with possession. GG brings it up. Looking for a third goal. That one off of the crossbar. It caroms off. Tracking it down is Sierra Ceballos. Novakovic has it, gives off. Higginbotham. Backhander from Nadia Novakovic for her first goal today. And it's a beauty.
That's great. With a little fake for the shot, and then goes back to the backhand. See if we can see this here. It looks like maybe just a little hint toward turning back to her right, and instead goes to the backhand.
Gets
What a
a
great
pass,
shot.
That's a great shot with the angle from Novakovic.
That's a tough spot if you're Button in goal. You know that she can turn back to her right and go with that shot. Truly defending the entire cage. So 10-3. The score now, Riverside in front.
DePino on top of it. Shot from Hiller. Coming up on the 3-minute mark in the fourth.
Well, this should not be the first meeting now between Riverside and Fullerton. These should be another two teams that know each other well.
The only loss on the season to a JUCO school came to Riverside for Fullerton this season. Other losses was to the Philippines national team and to Laverne University. So Riverside, I believe, I want to say 1-3 on the year. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, well, Fullerton's record coming in was 30-3.
Yeah. An impressive mark, and I would say this is a more impressive showing over a 1 seed from the north from Riverside. Fullerton really came out, and it took them a little while to get off the bus, as we like to say. They won't have that luxury tomorrow against this Riverside squad. Looks primed and ready, making a title run 2019. 1 match away, 1 win away. Novakovic point blank puts that off of the shoulder of Button, and the frustrations continue for Nadia Novakovic.
What a great save by Button. You're not going to get the ball in much better position to Novakovic for West Valley. And
looks like she put too much on it, wanted to announce her presence with authority, and Button was right there. I think a little finesse would have done her some favors in a spot like that. Golden looking to get it past a flailing arm belonging to Cameron Pfeiffer, and it's a turnover. Under 2 to go. Well, probably at this point, time to get to our thank yous. George Matagakis, Carlisle Carter, Andrew Wheeler, Danny Johnson, athletic director here at Golden West. Our crew here at SoCal College Sports, Henry Johnson, Matthew Henson, Craig Wilmore, Stoyanov, you as always, my friend.
Thank you, buddy. Jorge Zepeda.
Jorge.
Also here.
Timeout at the pool. 1:23 to go. 10-3. And again, we remind you tomorrow action gets started off a little earlier. 9:15, I believe we go live with our first game. 9:30 start time. As I look at the bracket, 9:30 it'll be Diablo Valley and Sierra in the men's third place game. That'll be followed by Sierra and West Valley in the third place game in the women's bracket, and then the men's final at 12:15 and the women's final at 1:30. Those times tentative and scheduled to possibly change if maybe one goes long into overtime. I remember a year ago we had that situation, Sierra prevailing over Fullerton. Fullerton gets their revenge today with a win over the defending state champs. Jarrell wins. Also on camera here today, we thank him for his work. Jeff, you got any shout-outs?
Oh no, I don't. No one I know knows I'm here.
I don't even know what that means.
Right?
Brought down the house with that one.
Actually, I should give you the the line from the. It was like all my friends are in this room. That's right, right here.
Special thanks. I almost forgot Matt Folsom. We've been talking about it throughout the broadcast, but he was very gracious with his time this week, and he's got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff on his plate leading up into the fall championships. Sports information director at West Valley and friend of the program here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. We'll see him up at soccer. Man with the golden pipes. My dad loves his three-point call from beyond.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty solid. Had the luxury of working with Folsom up at softball and basketball, Las Positas. DePino kicks it ahead. Maria Higginbotham. Golden comes free. One touch to Novakovic. It's her second goal here today.
On the latter stages of this fourth period, I think West Valley able to find a couple of things that started to work a little bit, but it just was too little too late, and the Tigers' defensive intensity really carried the day.
Yeah, it was a steel curtain of defense when the starters were in for RCC that really proved the difference. The job that they did on Nadja today defensively and taking everybody else out of what they wanted to do, imposing their will, their physical play. Going to be a battle tomorrow versus Fullerton in an all-South women's and men's final. As time ticks down, under 5 to go. That one cornered from RCC. Content. The final score in this one, 10-4. RCC moves on, punches their ticket. They have a date with Fullerton tomorrow. West Valley will take on Sierra. The table is set for championship Saturday in the 2019 3C2A Men's and Women's Water Polo Championship. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning.